Hello class 11, welcome back dear student. This is the video number 8 of chapter number 2 biological classification. In this particular video we will discuss about the kingdom Protista. So let's start about the kingdom Protista. Kingdom Protista means all single celled eukaryotic organism, but the boundary of this kingdom are not well defined because they are the microscopic and they are found in very huge amount in this planet. The kingdom Protista was proposed by Ernst Haeckel in 1866, and they are the microscopic and cell membrane bearing organism. Some organisms are having cell wall also, but the cell membrane is a characteristic membrane found in all the member of kingdom Protista. They are the aquatic, generally found in the moist places, moist soil, moist wood or moist habitat. If we see the major group of kingdom Protista, so there are three major group of kingdom Protista as you see. First one is the photosynthetic protist, means protistian algae. So those group of Protista or protist who is going for photosynthesis. So kingdom Protista also containing the member of photosynthetic protist. So first group is the photosynthetic protist, then the consumer decomposer protist, they are also known as slime molds, and third one is the protozoal protist. So these are the three major group or category of kingdom Protista. Let's see about the photosynthetic protist. The photosynthetic protist is further classified into three categories, and they are the generally phytoplanktons. So the photosynthetic protists are categorized into dinoflagellates, chrysophytes and euglenoids. First of all, see about the photosynthetic protists. They are the phytoplanktons in nature. They are the green. They are drifted with water current. Phytoplanktons means, phyto means plant origin and planktons means the organism or animals or plants. They are microscopic and drifted with the water current. So they are known as phytoplanktons. They having the cell wall along with the cell membrane. So these are the protists or these are the organism who is able to do the photosynthesis. So they are known as phytoplanktons. They are green in color, drifted with water. They show a different color actually, yellow, green, blue, so many colors. They include the dinoflagellates, chrysophytes and euglenoids. Let us see one by one the characteristics of all the three categories: dinoflagellates, chrysophytes and euglenoids. See about the dinoflagellates. Di means two. Di means two and flagellates means flagella. The microscopic protist, photosynthetic protist, having the two flagella bearing organism. See, this is the figure of a Gonaplex dinoflagellates having the two flagella. One is here and one is this side. So having the two flagella bearing organism are known as dinoflagellates. More than 1000 species are known of dinoflagellates. They may be yellow color, green color, blue color and red color because due to different pigment found in the dinoflagellates. So different pigment impart their color to the organism and to the aquatic water body. One important term, red tide. So the meaning of red tide is actually they are found in the marine water, sea water. So when tide comes, they impart their red color to the sea water and all the sea water looks like red color. When tide arrives, so it looks like a red color tide due to the presence of dinoflagellates in huge amount. So they impart their red color to the sea water. That's why red tide terms it comes. The important member which is responsible for red pigment or red color, so this is the Gonulax. Gonulax is the member responsible for the red light. One more and important characteristic of dinoflagellates is they are the bioluminescent organism. They emit light from their body. They are the bioluminescent, and the important member is the Noctiluca. Noctiluca is a colorless dinoflagellate and they emit light from their body. So the bioluminescence character is also shown by dinoflagellate. So this is about the dinoflagellate. Let's see the chrysophytes. Chrysophytes actually they are the diatoms and golden algae, diatoms and desmite. So the major important member of chrysophytes is a diatoms. They float passively on the water surface. They are basically a type of phytoplanktons and they float passively with the water current. Their cell wall contains silica, and silica is very hard substance. Due to presence of silica, the cell wall of diatoms are very hard and they release or they store the diatomaceous earth in the bottom of the sea water. In the bottom of the sea. So the diatomaceous earth is a term often used in the case of chrysophytes. This diatomaceous earth is the deposition of silica or cell wall of diatoms, and this is a very hard substance, and this diatomaceous earth or this material is used for the polishing and refining of oil and so many uses, making of creams and all. Diatoms are very good indicator of pollution. जहाँ पे pollution होगा वहाँ पे diatoms grow नहीं करते हैं. So diatoms are the very good indicator of pollution. Now let us see about the euglenoid. Euglenoid में we are discussing about euglena. Euglena is very important. Euglena is a photosynthetic member as well as a heterotrophic member. Depending upon the situation, they show the autotrophic and heterotrophic both type of nutrition. They having the pellicle in their outer covering, and pellicle contain the protein instead of cell wall. Euglena having the pellicle. Pellicle found in the animals. So this is a derivative of protein and found in the animals which form the cell membrane. So and they having one flagella also. Euglena is considered as a connecting link between animal and plant because it contains the chloroplast also. Chloroplast, autotrophic mode of nutrition, and animal character is that they show the movement, they having the pellicles and they having the contractile vacuoles. So contractile vacuoles found in the animals only, not in the plants. So some characters which are bifurcated this organism, this euglena, into the plant and animal both. So euglena is known as connecting link between animal and plants. So this is about the photosynthetic protist. These are the group and members of photosynthetic protist who is responsible for photosynthesis and as well as they show the heterotrophic mode of nutrition. So this is about the dinoflagellates, chrysophytes and euglenoids, and this is about photosynthetic protist. And video number 8. In the next video, video number 9, we will discuss about the next topic, consumer decomposer protist, slime molds and protozoan protist.